Welcome, it's Wolf Inc here today with another Railroads online video, and we are at the smelter. We're going to load up these tier 2s here with the rails, and I do believe they go to the iron mine yeah, no, not the iron mine, the refinery or something down there. They go to something down there. So we're going to load them up and get them going, so we can see how that works, see how it's all going to be, what it's all going to be like. We should all be ready to go. Get him all fired up. Now, hopefully, if I don't forget, I just tried to record this episode, and there's a place down there where I smacked into a bridge, and I lost my tender, and I couldn't find my tender. I searched for like a good hour for the tender, and I couldn't find it, so that's why we're redoing the videos. Alright guys, we are all ready to go in the siding here. Gonna load up these cars. We're gonna take raw iron over there, these raw iron beams, because I know the ironworks is gonna need raw iron, so we'll just Alright, we are done. We are loaded. That took a bit of a minute. But let's go ahead and get going and get going all the way down to the west yard. But other trains know that we're heading out. All of our switches are set. And you're about to see how trains that come from the iron mine get back down to the freight depot off the return line. So we come around here just like we did before to get in here. Nothing special. We switch on to the main line for just literally a second because we're switching off of it right there. Alright, so we hopped on the main line for a split second, hopped off the main line, and now we're gonna take it's a weird way to do a loop like this, but it works, and that's what we're going for here is functionality. I can fix it and make it more efficient later, and probably will. Alright, so we get to go under that's the return line for the iron mine, and we get to go under it again, because we go over that once over there when we're coming in, because we come in this way, come around, we go under it, that over there, and then we come through and we'll go under it here. Because the iron, it connects down over there somewhere. You'll get to see it the way that it connects in and is. It's pretty cool. And it works, so like I said, that's what we're kind of going for here. I need to come through here and fix these switches. These switches are irritating me. Is that one, you can't store anything in these two because they're so short. So I have to come through there and fix that and make that like an actual ladder switch. But as you can see, we come through here, we hit this crossover, which crosses over the return line for the iron mine. So that points you back towards that way, so you can literally go right back up to it. This will run you right next to the main line. That'll run you right next to the main line and switch you into it. Then we go through our old track. A lot of this track in here will be deleted like that. I have to come through here and fix it all up and clean it all up and erase all the unused parts. See if we can even make it up this hill. Alright, yeah, see, like that track, I might make that into something, so we'll see, because it looks cool over there. But as far as like that, all right there, we'll go, all of that floating track over there will go, a lot of it will get cleaned up and be gone. Well, we arrived at the crossover yard, and we found this lovely surprise. These two had somehow worked their way back onto the main line, which is not ideal, to say the least. So we got to go ahead and get them moved so that way we can go ahead and go straight through the crossover, go through the go through the freight depot, and head through to the west yard to that sketchy track that is not built for Davis, Jack, any of them except for Betsy. When I built the track, she was the only locomotive I had, so Davis, I'm pretty sure, makes it on it just fine because I think I've taken him on it before. Can't quite remember on that. Alright, let me go ahead and get these switches set, and we will go ahead and get out of here and get going to the next place. Oh, by the way, guys, this right here, this was the culprit of causing me to have to redo this episode. This dude right here. Because it was sticking out on the track and it clipped the front. I didn't notice it when I built it, so I've got to come in here and redo the bridge. That should be fine. Yeah, that's more than plenty. Awesome. But yeah, that was the culprit. So this little edge right here was sticking a little bit too far in the front end of Link over there. Ended up clipping and shooting my tender up, and I don't know where it went because me and Link went one way after we hit it, and the tender went a whole different way. And I looked for a long time, could not find it, and finally I just gave up and went back to the last save so that way I could get the episode out. And it's already late enough, so I wanted to get it out to you guys. I got caught up trying to fix all the lines over there. Like I got the return line done on it, and I tried to fix the smelter yard a little bit, and I just got caught up doing that, and well, here we are. But everything looks good for switches. We should only have the two on the main line to worry about, because that's how that's set up. And then the rest of the switches should be just on the crossover here, and we're not going to be going through the crossover switch or siding. Alright, yep, we are all good to rock and roll all the way down to at least, yeah, all the way down to the freight depot. We'll have that probably two switches there, three maybe. We'll have to switch on our way down through there, but well, let's just get there first, and then we'll figure out what we're doing. Okay, so we'll release the brakes. We'll start giving it some throttle. Whistle, let everybody know that we're coming through, and then we're going to go ahead and fill up the firewood now, because I may forget about it in a bit, and I don't want to do that. Granted, this track is relatively high speed, all that good stuff. So, once we get our cars mostly out of this, kind of like the wheel that Ascend is almost on the main line, then we'll go ahead and speed her up and get her going. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and rip her up. Let's hopefully we make it through the bridge this time. Oh, okay, we made it. Awesome. We didn't lose our tender. Alright. Switches are set. Awesome. definitely going to have to stop somewhere and probably fill up the water because we're running a pretty high regulator. And we're alright. We're still over half, so we're good there. Alright, so we'll be coming up to the freight depot here momentarily. And we're going to have to watch out for those switches, and then we'll get through those switches, and then we'll be down to the west yard. It's been a long time since we've been down that way, especially since I redone the whole main line, so we're gonna see how it all works today. And how high speed of a track it is. Alright, so we're coming into the freight depot here. We'll go ahead and cut power. Apply a little bit of brake. Oh, we still got quite a bit. That was a little bit too much brake, a little bit too early. It's okay, we get it down to the nice cruising speed, yard speed. Because even though we're still on the main line, we could still have locomotives and other things inside the yard that are trying to switch out onto the yard for whatever, or into the main line for whatever reason out of the yard. So, and I could stop in here and at the firewood depot, but I find it much more simpler. Just go ahead and keep on going. We got a tender. We don't really need firewood, and yeah, sure, I mean, we could use a little water, but we'll be all right. Okay, we'll go ahead and pop her up back up to 20. Give them some more firewood. Keep that water nice and warm. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Alrighty. And see, it's got a blade on it for whatever reason. I don't know why necessarily you would want a blade, except for when it snows or to push stuff off the track. But I mean, yeah, it's cool and it's realistic. But I mean, there's also the plow here for a reason, or it's the cattle guard, but that's really what it was only for. Alright guys, real fast, look, I got Henry fixed. He's repainted. It's awesome. He's got a number. He's got everything he needs to have. He's got the channel name. By the way, if you're not subscribed, subscribe now. I better get to this other switch because I know it's set wrong. And this train's going a little bit quicker than I wanted it to be. And I completely forgot about Henry. I also got Henry, and that's another reason why the episode's a little late. I got him, I grinded up the money to get him fixed. Awesome, alrighty. Let's go ahead and tag along with our train and let's get going. Now, I do not remember this line very well. I don't know if the trees are cut very well. I do not remember how this track quite goes. I know there's one scary part, and then after that I have no idea. And these grades may be the same, or it may be a constant grade, and it may not be. So we're just gonna have to see, because this is back when I was still learning how to place track and groundwork and stuff. So taking a train like this across it may be a bad idea. So far it doesn't seem too bad, but I know after this bend we'll have like a little tight bend that may be interesting with this dude. I don't think we'll make it, but because if I remember right, it's a pretty tight turn, and I barely thought Betsy would make it. I don't know if I fixed it since then. I don't know if it was just the way it looked. And like I said, I haven't been down here in a long time, so we're going to see. We're just going to kind of cruise slowly. We haven't been down here on this side of the um, world in a long minute, so it's kind of nice. We're close to the ground, you know, kind of how it's supposed to be for a bit. I do know we snake through here quite a bit, which is cool. A reminder of what I like. Yep, see right over here, this bend around this tree. Not entirely sure if this is going to be too sharp for him or the cars. I've only taken Betsy and Davis across this, but it should go it should kind of go. I think he's been, yeah, he's been across steeper. That tree might have to definitely go though. My first experimentation with the bridge. Right here. I wanted to see how it worked. So I put it in. It kind of looks nice the way I did it. And then you have a nice slope to get onto the track so you don't fall off. But we still keep the nice bridge looking track so you know that you're still elevated and that you're going to go into another track, another bridge. And I don't remember which way that switch is going to be set when we get up there. And I don't remember how far out it is, but I do know with this we do have to pay attention for it. Because if we don't, we're going to end up yeeting ourselves off into literally no track. So I didn't even bother to put like a little tail for you to stop on the other side of that track. It's just pure drop off if we take the wrong switch. So we're just going to have to keep an eye out for it and see, but we'll get to see the West Yard for, once again, finally. All the mountains over there. And if you don't know, the West Yard is over here at the oil field. So we have a yard over there at the smelter, which is where we were today, which is that big loop, and it kind of took us around, and then we went to we passed the sawmill where you could see it, but we didn't actually go there, and then the logging camp, we passed by it, but you don't think you'd be able to see that. The freight depot, you were able to see in the crossover. Alright, so that's my cue to start paying attention right there. Okay, that's doubly my cue to start checking these. And that one's set back. Okay, what? Oh, okay. We're fine then. I hope this is the way I was supposed to be coming into this place. I can't remember how I made this yard. So we're going to sit here and get a good vantage point to see if we run into anything. And this is a good chance for me to revisit the yard over here and kind of see and play with new techniques that I've learned. Oh, this switch we're going to have to go see. I know this one is kind of an important one to hit this way. We almost missed that. Because that way will take you into the selling point of the oil field over there. And this way will take us into the actual West Yard. But we consider it all the West Yard over here. I actually built this pretty good, decently. That bend may be interesting, we'll have to see. And this bend right here. Ooh, that is a sharp boy. We handled it just fine. Okay, so we're gonna hit that switch. We're gonna jump back into the locomotive. Well, we're gonna jump out first, apparently. I'm gonna start stopping her. So I know these switches aren't that long. I don't even think they'll hold these 10 cars. I think they only really hold 5 to 7 cars, something like that. But yeah, this is the West Yard, guys. We haven't been here in a long time. pretty complex, sophisticated yard if you do ask me, but okay, we're going to hit our brakes here. And we're going to go and switch this switch over. And that one's going straight. Awesome. Okay, how much farther do we need to go up before we're clear of that switch? Because as of right now, this is where these are going to get stored, especially since this yard is flat. We're just going to store all of them over here because I'm getting tired of dealing with cleaning up tier 2s all over the yard, or like those tier 3s for instance. Okay, so we cleared the switch, which is good. So we'll set that switch to go straight. We'll set it to go over this way first. I want to keep the middle lane clear. I don't know why, but I want to keep the middle lane clear until my very last load that I put over here. Alright, so we won't set any brakes just yet because I want to go look at what that oil field needs, but I want to make sure we get these switches set. Okay, so that one's, yeah, okay. Can't do anything with that. Alright, so we got the crude oil tankers over there. We've got our crude oil fill zone, which we've got dual sides for that. Okay, so it needs steel pipes, which means ironworks, which means probably raw iron to ironworks, and we need tools. So we're going to be expanding to the ironworks here soon then, and getting stuff going there. I know we're going to need, once we get there, we're going to need the coal mine, which is going to force me to go start doing the coal mine. So that's what you can kind of expect in the next couple episodes, is us to do some more track work and track laying. And if we'll still do a couple loads here and there, but it won't be anything serious for a moment, unless it's beams up to the iron mine, which we may do since we've got a completed loop now. But with that being said, I've only got so much more that I can load up at the sawmill before I need to take the logs to it. So here soon we're going to have to complete the network so that way we can start making some real money on it. Okay. Go ahead and get on out of here. And I don't know how the box cars are, so we'll see how those go. We may get a few, but I know we're going to get quite a bit more tier 2s because we're going to need a lot of tier 2s, it seems like. And we'll be pulling some pretty big trains of tier 2s here soon. So stay tuned, subscribe for that. Don't forget to like the video if you guys enjoyed the video, lets me know. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.